People are struggling to believe that Jasmine only gave birth literally 3 weeks ago. Well, maybe let's just say 3.5, 4 weeks ago now, based on when she revealed the news. Because as you see in this post here on Reddit, people are coming out and saying that this is not the face of a newborn. We all know Jasmine's timeline was messed up, but this confirms it. Baby Matilda was born 2 to 3 months ago, which is why she refused to give a due date. She was probably due at any time, at any moment, and didn't want to give away she was probably pregnant during the last resort. Baby Matilda looks just like Matt. I mean, listen, I'm no expert in terms of obviously how quick babies can grow from the moment that they're born, purely because, well, I'm not a parent. Never had a baby of my own, you know what I mean? But I can say that the baby definitely doesn't look newborn, but at the same time, I'm unsure how a baby would look after 3 weeks, where the baby has developed. Has Matilda? That is the question. I mean, obviously, when it comes to the length of the hair, I mean, 2 to 3 months seems a bit much of a too long of a time, but it could still be a possibility. But I would say when it comes to the features of the child definitely does look longer than 3 weeks, give or take. Now, people in the comment section itself in particular have come out by saying kid's already got a part-time job and he's going through his second divorce. It's what I say his, but it's actually Matilda, so it's meant to actually be she's second divorce. But to be fair, at the same time, when a baby obviously hasn't got the full development of long hair per se, some kids can be confused for their gender. Now, also, it comes out here by saying the baby is at least 1 month old. Come on, they already had a photo shoot. She's been shady as F with her pregnancy. For me, I would probably go with that 1 month and a bit phase, you know what I mean? Which obviously would kind of be accurate to the 3 weeks to a certain degree. But if anything, Jasmine probably did lie a little bit regarding, well, not a little bit, but probably did lie about the 3-week mark, because really and truly, if she said it was a month or more, or at least maybe a month and a half or 2 months, that would definitely bring it to the fact that she would have got pregnant near enough when the last resort would have finished, which would have meant that her and Matt would have gone off and done the dirty deed without any protection, or with something that obviously caused the baby to be pregnant. Do you know what I mean? Given the fact that straight after they finished the last resort, that's when her and Matt were supposed to be having protected intimacy due to the request of Gino and their agreement. And then also here, someone said here she could have also, deep thread pictures of the baby as a newborn. I tend to post pictures of where I've been, etc. a month later. Okay, I see what you're saying. So there is that chance, to be fair, do you know what I mean? She could have uploaded pictures of the child, from an early stage, because the reality is that's quite interesting about this is that when you go to the image itself in particular, if we are going to talk about the picture of the baby, obviously that is shown in this screen here, as we get a nice little zoom in there, to be fair, that baby there does not look anywhere near the same age or the same reflection of the baby that we see, that we see in this picture in particular. So it does look like there's probably a massive gap between both pictures in terms of when they were taken. I would say probably minimum 2 weeks difference, if anything, you know what I mean, minimum. But some people may say even a minimum of 3 to 4 weeks, to be fair, give or take. And of course, your experience is obviously having a child of your own, do you know what I mean? Which is where you'd have a better look into it. But I'm here to talk more about this part here. Of course, she puts a link for people to buy what? For people to buy gifts. And as you can see here, she wasted no time. Pretty much. Now, let's not forget that before the baby was born, she was out there promoting a GoFundMe that was based on people buying her gifts for the baby. Before that, now she's made another list, and this list in particular here is for people to now buy gifts for the baby now the baby has been born. And as you can see, the items that have been requested aren't exactly cheap per se, but at the same time, you'd expect Pampers would be something that that Jasmine and Matt would have already prepared for, given the fact that once Jasmine got pregnant, they would have known that obviously having nappies, diapers was going to be the most important thing. So the fact that they actually asked people to buy them is quite fascinating, to be honest with you. But again, though, it is kind of weird to me that this GoFundMe has been made, and there's a lot of things here that they would have already bought or should have bought before the baby was born, and also would have been gifted by people around them, given the fact that they've got people around them that actually like them, that would have gifted obviously many of the items here that are listed on this Amazon. But as we know, Jasmine is somebody who's no stranger to the Amazon wish list. She's always got one, and she's always promoting one. She's always wanting freebies from other people, which is rather ridiculous. Because remember what Jasmine said once upon a time? Jasmine once said that I will never ever put someone on my post unless they pay me. So each time she reposts or mentions anyone's name from the cast or from any walk of life, whatever, she says she only does it on her platform IG if she's being paid, as well as also the cameos that she gets paid for, as well as also her vegan brand that she gets paid for, and also from appearances on the show. So you think, for somebody that has like multiple sources of income, why would you still have the audacity to make a wish list to get people to buy you, obviously set items for your child that you decided to have, you decided to keep, you decided to obviously, yeah, pretty much. But nonetheless, though, for me personally, this comes with no surprise. Jasmine, in my opinion, is nothing but a beg. I don't know if that's a phrase in other places around the world, but here in the UK, when somebody says that you are a beg, it means you're somebody that is always begging people to give you stuff that you haven't necessarily actually earned yourself, or that you haven't earned yourself, you know what I'm saying? So you're always begging. A beg basically referring to is as if you're somebody who is homeless on the street, so you're always begging. The only difference is that you're not homeless, you've got money, but you just want to beg for other people's stuff because you're just stingy and tight and don't want to, X, Y, Z, which makes it a massive, which is why obviously it's pretty much used in a very insulting way. But nonetheless, though, I would like to know your thoughts on Jasmine obviously creating another, this is not the first, another list, okay, for baby goods with items that, again, I would have expected would have been bought before the baby was even born or even gifted to you as well, given that maybe Jasmine did have a baby shower. Obviously, there was never a report of her having a baby shower, to be fair with you, but either way, though, we know that she's still close with Gino's cousin, Dana, and his wife, Michelle. So obviously, those are two people who I'd imagine would help. And also, Matt, I can imagine, would have family somewhere where, well, why wouldn't they want to gift, him stuff if he's now got a baby coming? Do you see what I'm saying? But nonetheless, though, let me know exactly what you're thinking down below regarding the comparison of the baby in this picture, as well as also the comparison of the baby in this picture itself in particular here. How many weeks do you think that these pictures were taken apart? Because to be fair, the more and more I think about it, and the more I look into, or the more and more I think about the comment that was made regarding people taking pictures today and then repost them later on, that is a solid thing. I mean, listen, if I go out on a hike today, I'll take a few little pictures and reels, and videos and stuff, but I don't necessarily, upload them on the same day. And this is something that we know is notoriously done by influencers online. And let's be real, Jasmine is pretty much an influencer on IG, and we know that influencers will take pictures of themselves looking a certain type of way to then post them later on. And also, let's not forget though, Jasmine was posting pictures of herself this whole time that she was pregnant, of her being in the gym a few months back, to keep portraying that she was not pregnant. So we know that she was covering up for a while. So that same tactic could easily be used when it comes to uploading pictures of her child. It says here the tell-all was filmed at the end of January. Only if she had the baby right after filming, she wouldn't have been pregnant at the last resort filmed in March, early April. I believe she got pregnant in May, June, and had the baby sometime in February or March. Which I can't believe is that she posted another gift grab. Exactly. Listen, I can believe that she done another gift grab. Really, you can't really, you know what I mean? I can believe it 100%. Girl, by this is not a fresh newborn baby. She probably gave birth shortly after the tell-all and has waited, posting for maybe 4 to 7 week-ish. Yeah, I can see that. Just what I'm saying. Okay, that's around about the 2 month mark, 1 to 2 months mark. Does anyone know exactly when the tell was filmed besides just in January? I really don't. I'm sorry, I don't really find her I don't really find fault in her waiting to announce the birth, but let's just pretend that the baby was born the other day, which is, I guess, the fact itself in particular, isn't it? Well, at least it feels like it anyway. Yeah, for me personally, I'm gonna say that if anything, she probably got pregnant literally in May. That's what I think. I think not long after the last resort was filmed, she got pregnant. I say within a month of it. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that, to be honest with you. But it could have been sooner. It could have been sooner because the pictures could be uploaded anytime, couldn't they? Nonetheless though, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section and we'll talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.